What's up, beat culture? How y'all feel? My name is Ella, and we are live right now. This is a interesting podcast, YouTube live stream, interview, whatever you want to call it. We are always on the stream on this channel doing beats from scratch, which is what I'm sort of known for, right? But this one is a little bit special because some of those beats that I do, this particular artist, I actually send that stuff to, and we release it to the public. So you guys may have heard me mention his name in the past, but probably never paid attention. You know what I mean? You know how it is. It's like a million people out here doing the same thing. But this particular gentleman, I like working with this guy right here. I'm going to bring him on the stream in a second. But this guy right here, I've known this guy for ever. Like, I've known him since he was probably before he was born. You know what I mean? We got a nice little history together. Born and raised in the Chicagoland, the Chi-Town. You know what I mean? The land of the stinking onions, right? That may have go over some of y'all here knowing the history of Chicago. But this guy right here is super talented, and I wanted to bring him on the stream and just kind of chop it up with him. And as usual, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask your questions and, fill them up. And then we'll just take a moment, a section of the YouTube stream here or Facebook. We also stream to Facebook, and we'll go through some of those questions. Real quick, what's up to DJ Stiz? Thanks for coming out, hanging out with me, man. I appreciate you. Like I say, we are streaming on Facebook and Twitch, YouTube. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at the QA. I'm always trying to last minute load into YouTube here on my thing so I can see the questions or what's happening. But anyway, as we do, making beats on here, it's always important to have an artist, a point of view from an artist working with the beats that we make here on the stream. So that's what we're doing here. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my homie in. His name is Jerome Matthews Jr. He's also known as Jerome Jam Jr. And I'll just kind of let him introduce himself even further, all of the things that he has going on. Want to make sure that your audio is working. Because I think I muted it not too long ago. Let me unmute that. All right, you can go ahead and say something, sir.
What's up, bro? What's going on? Everybody in the culture, what's going on with y'all? I'm Jerome Matthews Jr. First, I want to say thank you for having me, man. This is kind of awesome that we actually doing this. Because like you say, it was special, random, in the middle of a conversation. And then I'm like, how can I say no to something like this? This guy, we already got magic on wax. Y'all can stream some of the stuff. Love the Season was the first one that really took off. Made it to the radio, Power 92. Shout out to them. And yeah, it's a few more, but like you say, Chicagoland, that was the stumping ground. That's where we kind of really got our sauce, and then just grew from there. And I've been a fan of yours since then, bro. Since I was a shorty. I already knew that you had it, but as time went on and I saw the receipts, I'm like, oh yeah, bro, really got it. I need to continue to take notes, and here we are today, about to create some new stuff. So yeah,
Absolutely. So yeah, this was something that I just had this idea last night, as a matter of fact. We were just kind of chopping it up, talking about all the things that we wanted to achieve and things that are brewing currently. And then I was like, you know what? What if we just go live real quick and, see what comes of it? You know what I mean? Because the other thing that I like to do is support my own people. And I feel like this is a great way to tell my people about you guys, about you, your work, the things that we're doing together. So yeah, man, I definitely wanted to to do that. So
Thank you.
yeah, man.
Thank
So the title of the video is called New Artist, but Jerome is not a new artist. He's been in the game for a minute, but not many people know about him. So he's still considered a babe in the industry. So like I
And I'm
say, he
cool with
has
that.
a couple of songs on his belt already. You said Love the Season. That's a Christmas jingle
Yes.
that we did.
Yes. Super Smash.
Yeah. And it's starting to pick traction right now, where it's been recognized a little bit more. So every holiday season, when that time comes around,
Yeah.
it's it's picking up even more, and I'm super grateful for that. Then we did a
Love the
couple of
Season
ones.
is a must play
Oh
in my
yeah,
house, bro. I swear, I promise you, every holiday season, if that's not being played throughout the holiday season, hold on. What's wrong? Put that on. Play Love the Season. Soon as silver bells go off or jingle bells, hey, play Love the Season.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Thank you again, bro. That was one of them ones.
absolutely.
We got
So
Boss Moves.
yeah, Boss Moves, and there was another one. Can you remember?
Um, with my group One Voice. That's what's up.
Okay.
That's a super duper R&B smash. Like I heard the track one day on one of these type of like lives, and I'm like, yo, I just hit you like, bro, I need that beat, and you just playing around. Sent it to us. We wrote something to it. We had already had something that we wrote in the past, but the track was like dated. We sang it to your beat, fit. It fit like a glove, and we was like, yo, this the one. Sent it to you, and you hit me back like, dude, see this? This is what I'm talking about right here. You need to be doing more shit like this. Excuse me, I don't know what
No, you
the
good.
language barrier is. I'm
You
gonna keep
good.
it as G as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah,
You good. You're
but
allowed to be yourself, sir.
straight up, man. But just like your reaction to that one, as far as the love the season and boss moves, because we got to go back and forth. Like we never really sit in the same room when we make these, which is also kind of magical. Like that speaks to technology and how you got to be adaptive with your creativity. So um,
Yeah,
the other new joint that's coming that you kind of gave me like, oh yeah, this is nice.
man, I
But yeah,
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
what's that?
Shout out to 803 that joined us. What's up, bro? Like I say, if you guys got any questions, feel free to fill up the comment section with questions. And we like thumbs up on the video. So if you guys hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not did so, I definitely appreciate that. We have a dope artist on the stream right now. He goes by the name of Jerome Matthews. It's one of my bros that I known for years since he was a kid, and we just chopping it up right real quick. So tell me, like, when did you know that you had the talent to sing?
I actually that's a great question too, bro. Um, the day that my mother, cause she discovered it the day I found out. She was getting her hair done in the house, and a commercial came on, and I started singing to the commercial, and the person that was doing her hair was like, "Yo, did you hear that?" And my mother was like, "Yeah, like do that again." And from there, we was singing in church. We was doing like talent shows, like, and that's how I knew. Like that day specifically, like I can vividly remember that day. But uh, with that being said, bro, it's almost like when you know you got something, because it was a period where I wasn't singing. Like I wasn't singing at all. I wasn't using that gift at all. But once I tapped back into it, I'm like, yo, this is something that I can actually run with, make a career out of. And this was in my team. So from the age of maybe 3 to like probably 13 was that like figuring it out period. And then after that, I knew like this is it. This is what I'm gonna do primarily for the rest of my life. Like write songs, perform, be a musician like yourself. I don't know if the coach will know how dope of a musician you are off the boards and stuff. Like this man's he's a beast. Like one of the reasons why I play drums. Just want to throw that out there. But yeah,
I
for
appreciate
real.
that. I think
Yes,
slowly people are figuring that out as I produce music, you know, because the drums is
straight up.
usually on a different level. But that's what's up. Um,
Yes.
I'm glad you brought up the drums because I was gonna mention that next. Um, you're doing pretty well in that department, sir. Pretty well. I'm impressed. You know how to hold down the beat, and um, I watched some of your videos where when you perform, you actually incorporated your drum playing with your singing, you know, and I thought that was pretty cool. That is definitely a talent that I have not yet picked up. That is such a challenge to do, sing and play at the same time. So you kind of remind me of Anderson Paak. You know what that is?
Who?
So
Anderson Paak is. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. He one of the greats too.
there's a
Like
lot
I'm
of
inspired.
drummers. There's a lot of drummers back in our day, or you know what I mean, that have done it many times. Drum, you know, Buddy Rich is another one. I think he was singing. I don't know, but
I'm not sure. We can look at.
he was a showbiz person. You know what I mean? He was really great with his. Yeah, that's a whole another topic right there. But like you have that gift as well. So speak to that. Is it difficult to sing while holding a beat? Like, tell me more about that.
Bro, it's more difficult than people think it is. It's almost like teaching yourself how to write with your left hand if you've been right-handed all your life.
Mm,
So, so what I do is I get creative with a K. But I'll
I
take.
see what you did there.
Yes, you feel me? I'll take my time and be like, yo, obviously it's gonna be 30 takes, but I'll take my time and play while singing. And then if I feel like I can't really hear myself, if I know I'm gonna do it live, I'll just break it up. That way you know the pulse because I set the pulse already playing the drums first. And then I can stop while singing. The lyrics will keep the pulse going. That way everything is married together for me. Like versus I have to do it all at the same time and I'm not mic'd up and so it makes it easier breaking it down like that. And at the same time, bro, like I get to like discover new ways to perform songs that I've already performed where I'm standing up and dancing to. Now I can actually freak it a different way. Like, oh, that's crazy. And if I had a band with me, not if, but when I have a band with me, there's something that there's a map that we can run with. Like, let's do it this way. Everybody's playing and we'll drop it, all vocals, and then bring it all back in. And then again, a cappella, but the crowd, they still hear the music, the phantom of the instruments.
That's what's up.
So yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, right now, guys, if you tuning in, thumbs up on the video, subscribe. We chopping it up right now with a dope artist, Jerome Matthews Jr. By the way,
But
what do you prefer, Jerome Matthews Jr. or Jerome Jam Jr.? Because I want to clarify that.
got you. So Jerome Jam Jr. has been the the marketing like tag for everything, all my social media stuff. And Jam Jr. That's my brand. Like that's my name. That's my father's name. So just to keep the conversation going on. My dad too. He passed away. God rest his soul, as you know. But the people that don't know, but I'm cool with people calling me Jerome. Like you can go with the full government, Jerome Matthews Jr. Like it's not a thing for me, as long as you get the brand Jam Jr. brand, Jerome Jam Jr. Some people even call me Jammin' Jr. Like they they add a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
Like what up, Jam? So it's cool. Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. So, right now, guys, if you feeling the vibes, if you feeling this gentleman right here, he has a link to his Instagram in the description of this video right now as we speak. Go ahead and click that link. Follow this guy as he continue in this journey that's laid out before him. Great guy. I feel like a big brother. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I had a little sauce in there, drip a little sauce in there, and then you know, I feel like a big proud brother. You know what I mean? Everything that you're doing right now. So yeah, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing
You ain't lying.
it.
This is the true, like for real, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like some people used to like they used to ask me like in my 20s, like, bro, why you always smiling? Like I'm big on getting over shit. And I know like I've been through some crazy stuff. And the things that carried me over those things are some of the like skill sets that I apply today. Like just on the music topic, just to stay on topic, bro, like playing drums.
Yeah.
People asking me, like, do you still play? What you mean, do I still play? I just need a set first because I was literally around some of the coldest people that play, not just drums, but musicians. So that's kind of in my DNA. Like, I can't get away from that if I try. Like, I'm going to the Guitar Center like it's Chuck E. Cheese just to get on the drums there. Like, even my baby girl, she like it. Like, let's go to a Guitar Center. Like, and that come from the people around me in my environment. From when I was a shorty growing up, like, man. So even with James, like, uh, who else? And Brina. I'm just throwing out these names. Some of these people, a lot of your people, like, who are these random people? But you know who I'm talking about. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
yes,
mean, it's
they were
cool.
in the kitchen with you, bro.
It's cool. It's cool because of the people that we know will watch these videos and will feel appreciated that they were even thought of. So you know,
Straight
that's
up.
what's up. That's what's up. All right. So
Yeah, man.
so you are also a beat maker, producer yourself. You make some of your own stuff. Can you speak to your method for making beats? It's a common topic we have often on these streams where people want to know, is it the drums that you create first, or is it the chord progression, or is the melody? I know for me, it's, even though I'm a drummer, it's usually the chord progression for me that I have to come up with first, and then I follow with drums because I like to play the drums to the music versus coming up with the drum part first. But there are some days where I do the drums first because that's what I'm feeling. But if you could speak to
Yeah,
like, which one do you start with?
that's a good one. That's a really good one. Because as you were asking that question, I'm thinking about, and this a shameless plug again, the song that's coming out February 2nd, Just a Thought. When I wrote that song, bro, the original thought to that one, and y'all can click the pre-save link in my bio, Jerome Jam Jr. on Instagram. But the idea behind that was I want something that has the same type of pulse as a drum beat, like something that you can dance to and jump around, but without drums.
Mm,
So where a snare would be, or like a clap, I use a synth on that song. And there's just piano and vocal, but there's an 808 in the place of like a bass guitar and like the kick drum. So you still have that drum and bass with the piano playing and the vocals. So I didn't really think about like which one I'm gonna start with. It was just initially I want something that would be almost like stripped down, but it's a time and a place, not a time and a place. It just depends on the mission. That's why I'm going with it.
got
If
it.
the mission is I need something that's somebody can dance to, I'm starting with the drums because I know that that's what's gonna move the body, and then I'm gonna go with the bass, and then we're gonna stack it up from there. But if I'm going with we need some R&B. I'm looking for melody now because I know like the hook, the chorus, and the melody of either the lyrics or something that's like carrying the lead. I'm gonna find that first and then build around that.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's more so it's the vibe at that moment. Whatever you feeling.
exactly.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. That's what's up.
like
So
knowing the temperature of genres anyway, bro. But if
mm,
we going into it trying to be not trying to be original, but going into it with how can I approach this now? Because I already got a pop song, I already got a hip hop song or R&B song. Instead of making the same one again, or it sounding like that, how can I approach it now where uh it's fresh, like it don't sound, oh, you did this before.
Right.
So you might still use the same formula, but now it's like with again with just the thought, the same formula. I want something that's smooth. I need a melody, so got that. But instead of a dancey jump around song, I don't want any drums, but I still want it where you can dance to, almost like a waltz. Use the synth as the pulse, like dun 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 dun, minus the snaps, dun dun, and it's a 1 2 3, 2 3, 2 3, 2 3, 2. So you can dance to it, but at the same time, ain't nobody banging on no drums.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
But
All
the
right.
formula of a dance song is still there. Like you can even like you can speed it up a little bit and add some drums to it, which is obviously turning into another vibe, but still like the feeling, like you say, it's a vibe thing. That's still there. And
That's what's
sometimes
up.
it ain't even thought about. It's a feeling. Like you don't even think like, yo, I'm feeling you, girl. Like, and she say the same thing with her eyes, and then boom, now 10 years later, y'all married with kids. Like,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. So switching gears,
yeah.
uh, on the singing side, when you are coming up with concepts and in terms of writing two songs, I know I have some people on here that may have some questions about that in terms of writing. Um, just like making beats or whatnot, to some of the people, they don't know what to start off with. And your answer was clearly, it just depends on the vibe at that moment. I'm the same way. But when it comes to writing lyrics to a song, can you speak a little bit towards like what inspires you? Is it the melody that inspires, like when you hear a beat, what is it? How do you get that process going?
Mm, that's a good one too. Last night, this is a true story. Me and my nephew, who's like a dope songwriter that I just discovered like a few years ago. I'm like, I knew you your whole life. I didn't know this, but he was um he was listening to this track on YouTube and it was just looping, dope track, and he came up with just a one liner, and I'm listening to it, and the one liner was like the guide, like that would be the topic of where I would go. So lyrically, if I have a topic, like if I know, like almost like a GPS, if I put somewhere to go, now I know how to get there. And I'll even sometimes take it further where I'm like, let me talk to the person that I'm talking about. Like put them in front of me. Like if I'm making a love song or if I'm making a serious, like, yo, I need to talk to you about something. I'm talking to that person in my lyrics, but I'm also keeping it poetic, where it's like a rhyme scheme maybe, or adding that little, like you don't normally talk like this, but for the song's sake, I'm gonna add this little flavor here and I'm gonna say it like this, or I'm gonna elongate the word just to match the beat. And sometimes that might not work, like it might be a stretch, but when you play it back and you try to record it, you might come up with something, like I said, like being creative, chop it up, and now you come up with a whole nother line for either a new song or for a gap in the song. Like, oh, let's use that for this. Like, so
Mm,
lyrically, that's how I approach it.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so
And I came up with some dope stuff just to throw that out there last night with my nephew. Like, yeah, it was nice.
do you
You
do
would
you
hear it.
have like like a an artist that you follow, like admire in terms of the writing or seeing singing style, or just in general, is there a formula in terms of that you follow? um I don't know, like for instance, John Legend or something like that. Like, you really like his style, so you just kind of like go for that vibe, or but you don't have to be John Legend. I'll just do that out there.
I get you. For me, I'm gonna say, because as far as songwriters go, I wasn't aware that some of the songs that I loved, they weren't written by the artists that were singing it. So
Hmm.
when I
Right.
discovered like Michael Jackson as a songwriter for like Billie Jean and Wanna Be Starting Something and like Beat It, I'm like, oh, he wrote those too? Oh
Hmm.
shit. Like vocally he cold blooded, but as a songwriter, that's dope. So Michael was like top of the list, songwriter, vocal, and that's almost like a gift from the curse for me looking at Mike, because I've been compared to him, and I'm not saying that as a flex. That's actually like a wow when I first heard it. But outside of him, you got and this is random, Smokey Norfolk, bro, the gospel artist, as a
Yeah.
songwriter. Like I Need You Now, I thought was an R&B song because it was on 107.5 GCI, like, and on the gospel radio stations. Like I'm like, oh, he killing it as a songwriter, but also as like a vocal artist, the way he delivers his songs too, like studying that, having that like operatic R&B approach, but jazzy, soulful, like it's a gumbo of all of that, but it's still you. Like you're not trying to be nobody. You're like adding stuff to, again, like a gumbo, like you adding stuff to the pot. And now this is what Jerome Matthews Jr. sound like, or Smokey Norfolk, or Michael Jackson as a songwriter or a vocal deliverer, like producer, all of that. Because not just the lyrics, bro. Taking into account like how are they going to be delivered, the cadence and all of that too. Like some of it you don't really think about, it just come out, and then you got to explain it to somebody. Like, well, like right now, like how did that happen? Well, if I got to break it down, X, Y, and Z. So we
Right.
got Mike, we got a lot of like not old school, but those middle ground big top artists like Prince, Michael. Um, and this is so cliche, but it's true. This is the truth. Um, and some people that a lot of people don't really know, like no name artists, like not just recording artists, but poets. Like I know some people that's in my life in real life that's cold blooded with their wordplay that I study and admire. Like, yo, I need to, if I can't impress them, if I don't think that they would like this, I need to go back to the pen and paper.
That's what's up.
My guy just my guy just B is one of those. He in One Voice. Brandon Dawson. And Young
Absolutely.
Vet, those two guys, they, bro, no bullshit. I'm keeping it 1,000. They my guys, but I'm also like a fan of them. Like, yo, the way you write lyrics, like I've sang songs for them, and we on wax that they wrote the lyrics. I didn't write anything on it. I just sang it. They wrote all the lyrics, the chorus and they verses. And I'm like, yo, I don't need to write nothing. I don't need to change anything. This is cold blooded. It ain't too complex. And if it is done proper. But yeah, it's effortless. That's what I like. Those type of songwriters, people that can string words together where you can see it, and it actually taps into the senses too. Like, oh yeah, they killed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I got a question by 803. He says your biggest influence, but I wanted to speak a little bit into that because that was actually part of what I just asked. But um, if we can just live on that a little bit for a second, I know a lot of times for beginners, and this is what I tell beginners, beat makers, songwriters, it don't matter what you're doing, but there is nothing wrong with having a favorite that influence you to want to do the same thing, and being such an admirer of their work is definitely a great thing. But at a certain point, you have to get to a place where you start to develop your own sound, and so that you can be authentic. You know what I mean? So I think that was part of what I asked already, but I don't know if you really hit who influenced you, and if not, you can say who were like the biggest influence. But obviously, you have your own style right now. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's a part of being an artist. You know, having your own DNA.
Yep. Um. Now that you just said, bro, like the first person that came to mind, um, Ty Dolla Sign, as far
Okay.
as a producer, songwriter, like he remind me of myself sometimes. Like when I found out he plays other instruments too, but he also has like this artist sides to him where even though he like will play the stuff, it's not like a regular musician or a regular singer the way he delivers it. Like he add this little you dig to it where it's like, oh, that remind me of something I heard about myself. And I like that. Like that's something to build on actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So you perform, of course. So how do you overcome stage fright?
That's a great one. I don't, bro. I do not
Okay.
overcome it. So what happens to me is I've learned that when that feeling come over me, that's the feeling. I call it go time. Almost like when you know your mama coming home and you forgot to do something, so you got enough time to knock it out. Like I gotta get this done. So let me do it now. And if you prepare, you even feel even better. You know she coming and you thank yourself like, oh yeah, I'm prepared for this. That's already done. So when I'm going on stage and I got a performance that either it's some new material I had to learn, if I'm prepared for it, I'm still nervous because now this is go time, but I'm confident enough to know like, yo, if I fumble, I know this enough where I'm gonna make the fumble look like I did that on purpose. Like,
Mm,
like, cause I'm really like, I'm actually, this anxiety is a good anxious. Like, I'm ready to show y'all like that. I'm here to show you what you asked for. Like, I'm about to give you what you asked for in the best way.
I love that answer. You said the key word. If you fumble, play it off. Pretty much, make it look like
Yes, bro.
it's a part of the show, and that's very, very important. When you get on the stage and something do not go the way it's planned, it's your responsibility to make the people feel like it was a part of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And some people may catch it, but it's like they will appreciate you for knowing how to respond quick on feet when it happens. And that's how
That,
they recognize that great artists are like, oh, he didn't just stop and freeze and look crazy because that ain't what we did in rehearsal. He was quick on his feet. He was able to like
yeah,
nail it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And sometimes you have to improvise. You know, the mic stopped working, or somebody forgot their line, or all
Oh
types of
my
things
God.
happens.
I've had something like that happen, bro. Where I got paid to sing a song. It was somebody's first dance, and I forgot the first verse, and the music was just playing, and I was just standing there nodding my head in shame, like. And then as soon as the hook came back around, I went in. I made sure I made up, even though it didn't make up. But I was like, ain't no way in hell I just have a brain fart like that. And that was one of those times where, yo, I'm about to make it look like this is supposed to happen. So I started like going over to the musicians and like just nodding my head, dancing to them, making it look like they getting the instrumental solo, and everybody's singing the first verse in the crowd. But I'm like, I'm so lost. If I start, this ain't gonna work. And the music director looking at me like, yo, and they know like I'm on top of it, but he just tweaked right now. So, and then when it came back in, I'm like, here we go, and everybody was like, ah. Instead of saying ha, you could just feel it come over everybody. Like, okay, he ain't forget the whole damn song.
I like
So
that. I
yeah,
love that. That's also important. You said something else. Um, if you forget your line, it's important that you have a relationship with your band that they know what's going on and they help you fill it out. You know what I mean? And so instead of them making you look stupid, you know, because all of us up here, we all a family, and the whole goal is to win the people over, and just make people excited about it. So if somebody's not on point, y'all have to have that type of chemistry to
Yeah.
know how to help each other out. You know what I mean? That's very important. So
Yes, bro.
I love it.
That actually, and not to talk about me, bro, but that speaks to the psychology of a performer. Like me watching performers, uh, being aware of the show must go on and
Hmm.
applying what that looks like. That's how I was able to tap into it at that moment. Like, yo, even though these musicians are doing what they're supposed to do, right now I'm the front man, so I got to lead the way. So now I got to lead the way. I messed up, but let me put the spotlight on somebody that's doing what they're supposed to do so that we can keep this ball rolling. And then when the one come back around, I'm ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what's up. Um, what's going on, everybody? Everybody that's tuning in, you are tuned in to B Culture. We are interviewing my homeboy from the Chicagoland area. His name is Jerome Matthews Jr. He's one of the greatest artists that ever lived out there in Chicago right now in this time. A great artist to work with, in my opinion, because I've known him for so long, and it's always a joy speaking and talking, chopping it up with this guy over the phone. I had to bring him on the platform to show you guys who I'll be working with, who I'll be making these beats for. You know what I mean? If you're tuned in for the first time, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that like on the video. We surely appreciate it. There is a link
Yes.
in the description right now to the Instagram page that he has. Go ahead and follow the brother. You know what I mean? Follow him, and you know what I mean. He's got great content, things coming up really soon, and do know I'm not trying to tweak my own horn, but there's a influence, I must say, from my end to this brother, so you will not be steered wrong. So there
It's
will
the truth.
be some beat culture ish, culturistic type
You feel
vibes.
me? They gonna feel it. They gonna feel it, bro. If they tuned in and they know that if you know, you know, they gonna feel it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Um, so we
And keep
kind
it
of
real with me
briefly.
too.
What was that?
No, I was just gonna say, your followers, everybody that's in the family, keep it real. If you think I need work, DM that. Like, man, he lied. But if you
Absolutely,
if you know, then hey,
absolutely.
rock with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Um. So we briefly talked about who influenced you, but if you can go deeper into some of your favorite artists that you just listen, that just stays in your playlist rotation, that you just enjoy listening to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, see now you actually getting me to go into my mental crates. Uh, cause I've been using one all of my original music right now is like my playlist, just getting my show ready for this year. But when I'm when I'm ready to like just vibe out and like really listen to some Cole, I'm going with Sade. I'm
Okay.
going with Anita Baker. I'm going with some like Stevie Wonder, like anything Motown too, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, anything Motown. Um, and when I went to school, I had an opportunity to go to NEIU. This might sound like a far stretch, but it's the truth. I had to learn how to sing opera, so I'll go to
Uh,
classical music, bro, just because like it's almost the same as like listening to some again like some Motown because I'm used to the phrasing and the vibe. Like it just I'll be rocking out to it. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Like I'm there with it. So who else? Uh, like I got my hip hop stuff because I'm like an R&B artist that listens to way more rap and hip hop than R&B. Like you got Rick Ross, Jigga, Fab, and these people that I really like, I will listen to and like I can spit their lyrics back to you. Nas, Cole, Kendrick, anybody that's like top notch artists, those are the ones that's like I'm literally listening to that on rotation because I had to like learn Billboard music as a part of my job description, singing for a corporate band, and then it got me really into listening to. Um, Matter of fact, this is real life, bro. Do you remember when you introduced me to what web? What was it? It was a streaming service, and I was just not catching up. I was so late to it. He was like, "Enjoy, bro."
Uh,
You can literally get everything. You remember what I'm talking about?
no, I don't.
Ah, fuck. But that one, that did it for me. I'm like, yo, I got all these. Like, I felt like I had just got out of jail or something. Like, wow, I can listen to all these people. But yeah, that's what it is for me. Like anything that's like Billboard top notch, that's from way back when, that's still rotating. Um,
Wow.
I got an eclectic taste, bro. My palate is very like broad. Like even like I'm learning how to speak Spanish. Yo estoy aprendiendo. But what's
Okay.
my man's name? Oh my God, Bad Bunny. Like he another one. Like it's some French artists that I fuck with, bro. A lot of like African artists, Jamaican artists. What's her name? Even my baby girl love a coffee, bro. Have you heard of coffee with a
Yep.
K?
Yep.
She a monster.
Yes.
You got
Yes, indeed.
Wizkid and Burna Boy, all of
Come
these
on,
other
man.
artists, bro. Like
Come on
these
now,
the people
brother.
that I'm listening to. Yes, bro.
Okay. We're gonna have another conversation because I wasn't really aware that you were up on these type of artists because that is kind of where my music has went. Like I do a lot of lo-fi stuff, but I find myself doing a lot of Afro type stuff. And
hmm
my playlist on Afro beats is bananas. I'm like real deep into it. So I'm loving the fact that you are also into it. So we can get to work and doing some stuff like that. That's what's up.
I'm so ready.
Yes,
I'm so
sir.
ready, bro. Yeah.
So with that being said, who would be the dream person, the dream artist to work with? The like you always wanted to work with this person.
Oh
Who would
damn,
who would that be?
it's crazy. Cause I've had my moments where I've had dream producers and artists. I've met them in person and gotten weird vibes from them and great
Mm,
vibes from them too. So the first person to come to mind is Beyonce.
okay.
Like if I could do a Marvin Gaye, Ain't No Mountain High with her, that'd be cold blooded. Like that would be beyond like a duet. But I'm just saying that because that just came to mind. Like I'm just thinking of it. But I've never really sat down and like, yo, I need to do a song with. Wait, I'm actually lying to you. I wrote a song for Mary J. Blige, and
Okay.
it has Rick Ross on the bridge. Like I have everything ready to go for them. Like I made the beat, wrote the lyrics. I didn't write Rick's verse because I'm like, he probably gonna write his own stuff.
Right.
But I wrote the song for myself, and I'm using Mary J. She cold blooded, and I want to work with her. Like I really do. So this is I recant all of that. I haven't had anybody in mind. Her, Mary J, and Rick Ross. Those are two of my like. If I could work with them today, I'd die a happier man because I'm happy now. But
That's what's
yeah.
up. Uh, I could go to the next question, but I kind of want to speak a little bit. Like, I knew where you were coming from when you was like, well, I had dream people, and people I dreamed to work with, but I don't really have, and I knew where you was coming from as soon as you said that.
Mm.
But to just give me an answer, proceeded to give me an answer, but I know what you mean by that because yeah, artists these days, when you start to find out about, what's going on, when you get older, you get wiser and you start learning things, you realize that what you were blind about when you was a kid, they didn't really tell you the full scope. And then you got older and you start finding out more and more about certain things and how things work. You start learning about how gutter the music industry is, because it's a dog eat dog world out here. It is, these young kids coming up, man, they want to be rappers and beat makers, but have no clue what's waiting for them on the other end. This this industry is rough. I would say
Yeah,
it's rough.
it's a roller
And
coaster.
I can't come on the stream and be like, oh, this is, sunshine or whatever. No, man, this industry is tough. You got to have tough skin, and you got to be ready, and you got to be eager. Your work ethic has to be on point. You got to be hungry. You can't be a punk, so to speak. If someone says you whack, or tell you something that you don't agree with, you can't back down, because one opinion stuck out like a sore thumb, and you just end your whole career. Oh, he said I was horrible. I'm never gonna do this again. I'm gonna go pick up a job at UPS or something. Like, come on.
Which is what I did. That's funny. Shout out to you.
I didn't realize
Hell
that.
no.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. I think I knew you had a job there, but I didn't. Okay.
Skirt,
I
skirt.
think I was a
Yeah.
part of that time with trying to
Yep.
help pick you up. I think I remember that now. But that was no
I know where
pun
you're going.
intended, bro.
I know, but I know where you're going.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's definitely important that we talk on stuff like that, because this is real topics and people go through these things for real. And so it is, people do think like that. People are super sensitive these days, where they they lose it real quick, and you can't be like that if this is what you really really want to do. But with that being said, we're gonna hop into the next segment, so to speak, because everything we talked about so far would be how the old world worked, so to speak. Coming up with lyrics to a song, coming up with beats to a song, and behind that, living a life behind the writing. You were a father yourself, family man, and just the different things that happens in life outside of music. Just human experience, everything in the old world, so to speak. But now there's this new thing that's taken over. It is called artificial intelligence. And with AI, things are getting a little bit scarier out here, because with AI, they can now replace people, so to speak. Now, real quick, anybody that don't know anything about AI or artificial intelligence, basically what it is, it's a tool that I feel like it's a tool, or it should be used as a tool to help us do our work. This has creeped in with the plugins we use, creating melodies and chords, and even beat patterns. There's AI technology in that. But now you got websites you can go to where you can submit a beat to it, and it will come up with a full song, lyrics, and sound like a real person. That is freaking scary. And I think some people are worried that this is where the new life, will take place, where we got a bunch of AI music out here doing music and potentially put us out of a job. You know what I mean? Because you can go online and type in the type of beat you want, and then boom, it spits it out in 5 seconds, and now you got a beat from the internet. But
Yeah.
the issue with that, it may be cool for some people, but this was a topic on the stream we had. Like, I feel like I don't since everything had to be copywritten, who gets the copyright for this beat that you generated on the website somewhere? You know what I mean? So when you put it out, you claim the full royalty, the 100%? You know, who will come after you when you do that? You know, like it's getting very interesting. So if you can, real quick, just speak to your thoughts about AI, and do you feel like we in trouble, or do you think it's a
Got you.
tool? Like, what's going on?
Man, for me, this is AI. We AI right now, bro. No, no, on some serious stuff. Like, I'm jokingly serious, to be honest with you. Like, artificial intelligence. Like, we know the higher intelligence is God. Some people call it universe, some people call it God. There's the names for it. But I agree with you when you say it's a tool, because one of my girls, she just put out, the name Jazz, she just put out a video, and it's a blend between AI and real life. And it's a dope video. She used it the way a creative would use it, versus trying to manipulate people into uh, paying for something that they can't really ever tangibly touch, which is like an actual person that's
Right.
singing to them, like, or rapping to them. So for me, I'm cool with understanding, and this is, I'm gonna use another metaphor. Um, a big dog taught me this. Like, when you start popping, you gotta understand that bootleggers are gonna be a part of that. You're gonna be feeding other people's families through them bootlegging your shit. Like, you gonna get it, you gonna get your coin, but when you on top, some of it's gonna seep through the cracks because it's just that raw. What people gonna sell it in the gas station, they gonna try to sell it online, even though there's never gonna be an artist that you can tour this song with because it's an artificially made song. But we bootlegging it because this style of music is just that raw, or this brand is just that cold. Like, man, we know it ain't the real deal. You can tell the real from the fake, but it's close enough where I bet it's enough to go around. So it's a double-edged sword for me, bro. Like, I understand the be aware of how this could go get out of hand, but I'm also aware of it's been that way. So you just got to know how to adapt and be aware when somebody tell you something about like a tool that can either help you or hurt you. Like, so it's a double edged sword for me because it's
Okay.
still new. It's still new as far as
Right.
like to the masses. Like, a lot of technology has been used and beta tested before it got to like everybody. So I'm sure I mean, like, there's a lot we don't know about it too. So
Right.
again, that's where I'm at with it. That's a good
Yeah.
question too. Like, I like that we on the tech sci-fi
Oh
outside
yeah.
of just,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Absolutely.
because
Because
it's in the music industry.
right. Exactly. It's it's technology that has crept into the beat making world, music business. Um, and a lot of it sometimes you know will need producers to make. So even when in the beginning stages, there a lot of the footwork is going to be done by humans, but at the same time, I feel like AI is a type of technology that learns. You know what I mean? Is intelligent. So there's an
Mhm.
algorithm in place that learns, and after a while, like, well, you know, got a bunch of robots making beats, because so many things we've done and is learning. Um, but yeah, we're definitely in the beginning stages, and this is just definitely one of those conversations that's worth keeping on, in topic, because it's moving fast, and
Yeah.
if you're not careful, things can take a turn real fast. You wake up one day and it's like, what the heck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But another question for you. So touring. I don't know if that's a part of something that you look forward to, but due to COVID, because I know it was something that I wanted to do, but due to COVID changes everything. The way the way we live our lives, the way we do business, the way we interact with each other, you know, th- things that we did automatically, we're not doing automatically anymore because when COVID hit the surface, it just, everything just went crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So touring is one of those things where, you're getting out in front of the people performing. Um, but like I say, with COVID here, there's a lot of things that take place on Zoom calls now. There's a lot
Yeah.
of FaceTime calls that are happening. So, do you feel like touring, like, is that still a realistic thing for you today?
I have to say, and we actually touched a little bit on this, like off air, but I have to say, like, you want to lead with safety first, always. Like, that's why I'm at with it. So, if I know that there's a high risk of harming a lot of people, I got to tap back into that adapting. So, how can I still give people what I promised them, but also not just shut everything down because now we're at a stop sign. Like, how can I get there still? I know there's another way around this. And having that mindset is, I think, how we actually developed the whole like Zoom concerts and like um stuff like this. Like what we're doing right now, bro. Once upon a time it had to have been in person.
Right.
Like we had to have been in the same room. But people being a little more creative, again with a K, big K, they had to adapt to the situation, and we evolved as a culture, again, no pun intended.
Got it.
But you feel me? So that's where I'm at with it. Like
That's
I
what's
ain't
up.
tripping because I already know. Like I still want to tour. Like I want to play drums on tour. I want to do all that. And if it has to be on camera, let's go. If it's in person, that's even better because that experience is off the chain. I actually got two shows coming up, January 21st and the 26th, out here in the Chicagoland. You can go on my page on Instagram, get all the details. Jerome Jam Jr. Um, JeromeJamJr. Shout out to Christy, who's the host of the first one on the 21st at the Color Club. And we got my girl Chef Gabrielle, who's the host of the second one on the 26th. Um, yeah, man, I'm big on doing shows. Like I want to tour around the city. Some Someone told me a long time ago, like, yo, y'all need to do that. Me and my guys, one voice. And instead of us booking with what's my man's name? Well, anybody that's like a booking agent. Instead of us
Right.
doing that, we got creative again and with street perform, touring around the city, giving people free shows for donations, but also marketing ourselves as recording artists. So it was like a killing multiple birds with one stone, building the buzz, getting your name out there, giving people shows, but cutting out the whole like lighting and microphones and all the hoopla, like still getting the job done. Not on a scale that will be like as effective when you have like a show that you can market, but it's still like a brick being laid.
Absolutely. And you
Yeah,
also have a song coming out February 2nd, 2024, called "I
that's
Love
true, bro.
You." Right.
Just the thought, I love you. Yeah, and
That will be
I'm
that
glad
will
you
be available on all major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, blah 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 blah. Right.
everywhere, bro, everywhere. And everybody who's listening right now, if you haven't already pre-saved it, again, click the link in my bio. Um, I'm sure you said you put a link down as well where they can click it and follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, so your Instagram link is in the description right now. And
Yes.
so everyone can just click on that link and like you say, they can go to your bio and head straight to your pre-save page where they can just go ahead and put it in the playlist ready for it to drop. That way you already have it. Get it over with. Just do that right now.
Yep. And you ain't got to go all the way to another platform that you don't use.
Right.
Like whatever digital streaming platform you use on a regular basis, it'll be there February 2nd.
That's
So
dope.
yep. Also, you know what? Like everybody, if you want to hear the song, you can. Like KCRW in Los Angeles, they have a link. It's right underneath the pre-save link where you can click that and you can listen to the song in its entirety there. I know it's a lot having to go to all these different like sites to hear it, but again, the pre-save is on there as well. You just click the highlighted song, pre-save it. Come February, you can listen to it on repeat on Spotify, Apple, Tweezer, Bleezer, all of them. And forgive me if I'm getting anybody's name wrong with their streaming service, but I'm new to this. Like my brother said, new artist. Salute to you, family. Thank you.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Devin Roberts, I saw that on the screen.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of
yeah,
that,
that's the
just
thought.
real quick, shout out to Two Nickels and Devin just chiming in. These two people, well, most of the people on the stream right now it's always supporting the channel. So I salute back to you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys hit the likes button, hit the like, pound that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't did that yet. We are chopping it up right now with my homie Jerome Matthews Jr., which is one of my artists, one of my friend, one of my brothers. Known him for years, and we decided to do this live stream where we just kind of just, you know, talk to the people from an artist standpoint. Because like I said before, it's always me making beats on this channel and wanting to bring an artist on where he performs live on stage. He's also a musician, so he's a fellow friend in terms of like work ethic. He's also write to his own music, come up with his own beats. You know, I send him beats and he sings on it. We have a couple of projects out already, and so just kind of want to invite that frequency onto the channel. So that's what we're doing. So right now we're just interviewing, throwing some questions at him.
Thank you, man.
Seeing how he answers them, check his his thought process, see if he answers them correctly. So far he's doing
Hey,
well, guys. He's doing well.
with the sensei, I'm gonna take that. Thank you, man.
All
Hey,
right.
shout out to my niece too, by the way, Shamari. Today her birthday, man. My
Shout
sister
out.
Annette, her daughter,
Happy birthday. Shout out. Shout
Shamari.
out.
Yes, my girl. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shamari. Happy birthday to you. Just real quick, get that to her. She's watching this right now.
Y'all see that? Talent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it
Man,
any other way.
come on, God.
That's what
Yes.
it is. You gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. When they
Yes.
say bust a note, you gotta be ooh, you gotta be ready. You feel me? You know what I mean? You gotta be ready. That's what's up,
Yes,
bro.
man.
You
Yes.
making me look good, by the way. So I appreciate it.
Hey, man. Hey, this is mutual. And happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everybody as well, man. Who, understands his legacy as far as the making people look good culturally too. So thank you,
Absolutely, bro.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, me and Jerome, we have some plans coming up. And with that being said, I wanted to get your take on indie. Do you feel like it's better to be independent or is it better to be signed to a record label?
Short answer, indie is the best.
Okay.
And I say that because when I think about some of the indie, as far as like independent labels that took off and became like major labels. Motown is one of them. Uh, who else? And of course, you at some point, like we were talking about before, you want to like link up with a major, because if you're doing something that's on a major scale by yourself, and you know they can speed up the process as far as like getting your footprint and giving the product that you know people would appreciate out there, it makes sense to partner up with somebody that's matching your numbers and um, understanding the legacy. Because I get at the end of the day, it's a music business. So you want the music part to be proper, but having the business in order too, that's when the majors come into play. Because anybody can sing or dance or have a pretty face or can be good at what they do. But if you're not good at maintaining that and sustaining that and growing it into something where now other people can live off this at the end of the day, like you have other customers buying into it, you know,
Right.
they not looking your way.
And this is obviously a topic that we can go a little bit deeper into another day, because
Yeah.
this is one of those hot topics that it just depends on the type of person you are. Because to go in a, and when we say indie, we mean independent, meaning going about things your way. You're your own boss. You get to put out music and you own the rights to it. You don't have to answer to anybody. I mean, somebody at some point when you need to push your music out. But the whole point is to be an indie artist versus having a record label behind you. There's a difference, and it just depends on who you are. You definitely have to have a budget when you're doing independent, and you have to have the work ethic to do stuff on your own. So it just really depends. And then when it all said, it's very important that you have people you trust on your team.
Yes,
That is the
yes.
big thing.
Big,
And
huge.
yeah, so maybe one day we can come back and talk on that subject a little bit deeper, because there's some details that I can share that can talk to that, but with that said, with whichever way you decide to go, I feel like it's important to know music business as an artist. Would you say so?
Oh yes, bro. I wholeheartedly agree with that, because at the end of the day, your music is that's one of your skill sets. Like you still have to like pay bills and sustain a lifestyle outside of performing. So having your business in order, that'll make things a little more easy for you to stay creative, because you're less stressed. You have a little more time for other things in your life when you got your business in order. And
Right.
again, back to what you said with trusting, bro. You have people on your team. If they don't have that same mindset, that's gonna be felt. You're gonna either waste time, you're gonna not waste time, because if you got the growth mindset, you know everything is happening for you, not to you. Like that's an angle that kind of got me over a lot of humps. But that's where I'm at with it.
Right. And also, as an artist, it's definitely important to know music business, because if you don't, you could be taken advantage of. You know,
Easily.
there's a lot of scammers out here that will tell you one thing and make it sound so good, and before you know it, you scam, your music stolen. People will promise you things, you waste the money, you paying people, and wonder why. You roll up to a club one day and wonder why nobody's there, but you paid money to somebody who promised you, like a club promoter or whoever. They
Yeah.
promised you that things will be what it is, and you get there and it's like, wait, what's going on? And now they're long gone now at that point. So knowing music business and how it works, the lingo, talking to execs and, when you submit your music to DJs and or playlists or just knowing how the music goes and knowing who to talk to and who to trust, that type of stuff. Again,
Oh, yeah.
that's another topic for another day. But right now,
Lastly, bro,
go ahead.
really, really fast, I want to say one last thing on that topic. Just, you're not gonna always know. You're gonna have moments where you got it figured out, and you still going, damn, really? So that's part of the growing pains. If it's for you, if your skin is in it for real, that's
This
what's
is
gonna
true.
happen. It's gonna happen. You just gonna have to roll with that punch and know not what not to do to somebody else. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. That's definitely important. I do feel like there is a lot of information out here nowadays that you can look up on, you know, YouTube and even TikTok. TikTok has become a new platform that a lot of people is learning from it. Like you can do on YouTube where you can search stuff to learn, like tutorial based or class. People are now treating TikTok that way. TikTok definitely for entertainment, but there are some videos I've seen where people are walking people through stuff step by step on TikTok, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. You know,
yeah, in under a minute,
yep, and
which is
and it has also became one of the platforms for discovering new artists, such as yourself.
man, that's crazy.
So that can be something that can be useful towards being a independent artist where you use something like TikTok, because TikTok is one of those fast pace where you can grow really fast and blow up, as they say,
Yeah,
go viral,
yeah,
So if you know how to use a platform such as that, you know, you should be on your way.
yeah. Have a why
Absolutely.
too. Any artist that's aiming for blowing up, once you're there, have a why. Because, and what I mean by that is, it's almost like when people talk about lottery winners, when they win the lottery, or when you get something that you've been wanting forever and you finally get it. Once that feeling is gone, what's gonna keep you in it? What's gonna keep you wanting to stay creative? And it's, if y'all can hear my nephew in the background, forgive me, y'all. He a little
Oh, it's
crumb
all good.
snatcher,
We know
getting
you're a
ready for
family
bed.
man,
Yeah.
so it's all good. Not
But
gonna keep you long. The last question is, which might be a very important question that, yeah, that it can be huge. To- So, what's your thoughts on? So, essentially, all of us in this space, we're trying to make money. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
the way things operated before years ago is obviously not the same today. You know, back in the day, everybody couldn't afford a studio session. And if I can say, kind of don't want to say it, but like the talent level was on a different page too, because you weren't allowed to work with certain people or go into certain studios if your talent level wasn't at a certain point. But I
yeah,
digress. Um, nowadays, nowadays people are blowing up viral in their bedrooms, and it's not really about the talent. It's about how entertaining they are. But anyway, we're gonna pull back from that.
yeah.
In terms of revenue, do you would you say it's important to have several sources of income? So if you're an artist,
Yes,
you know, that can't be the only thing you go for. It has to be other things in place that helps you
yeah.
bring in income. Because some people, you can't just end your life and be like, "Ooh, I want to be a superstar."
Mm.
Singing on stages. that can't be the only thing that you go for. I mean, obviously one day it can get to that point, but there's a million things you have to do
Yep.
to make income. So you agree with that?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Like, yes, 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 and yes, and just to add
Absolutely.
to that, yes.
Absolutely. And we could probably
Man,
dive a little bit deeper into that, but just
yeah,
not to give people hopes up, you know.
yeah.
Um, even though
It'll
you go
keep
viral,
families together too.
say what?
I said it'll keep families together. It'll create legacy. Like, uh, not just create legacy. It adds to legacy. Like, yeah, it's crucial. Like you say, we that's a whole nother. You dig? Yeah, it does. It
Absolutely.
does more than what it does on the surface.
Absolutely. So if you guys work at McDonald's, it's totally fine because you got to keep the income coming and at the same time build your career as a singer, beat maker. Got to do what you got to do. That's what I do.
That's right.
Um, I work a 9 to 5, but I constantly work towards becoming that full time producer, if you will. Um, I'm a sound designer. I do these YouTube videos and music on TV, film, that type of thing. I still take work from other people, mix projects, mastering projects, things like it. So it has to be several things that build and keep a steady income from several, income sources. So if you want to be a beat maker, that can't be the only thing you're doing at the moment, I would say. So just to help you guys out there. So it's definitely a topic we could talk about a
Yeah.
little deeper. But as we wrap things up, for you guys that are just tuning in, I appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, give thumbs up here. We were just chopping it up. We had an interview with one of my homies, Jerome Matthews Jr., who is doing great things in the Chicagoland area. He has a song called I Love You that will release February 2nd, 2024 on all huge digital platforms. The link is in the description of the video. It's his Instagram. So the first thing you do is hit the follow. Then you visit the bio area, hit the link to pre-save the song that he has that will be released pretty soon. And I just want to say thank you, sir, for your time and
Thank you, bro.
being open to this last minute quest.
I ain't had no choice, bro. And everybody that's listening, that's tuned in, like he said, hit the like and subscribe. Like Ella, K, like you going crazy, man. Like, and the way you sharing your light, I appreciate that. Like I respect it, and I ain't got no choice but to share the wealth. So again, when y'all hear the song "Just a Thought," I love you, comes out February 2nd, 2024 this year. 2 days after my birthday, which is on the 31st of this month. It's like a gift to myself. Like
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give something to y'all. But yeah, man. Like I appreciate this. This was awesome. I couldn't say no to this. Man.
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Um, is there any questions from the folks in the comments? Let's give them like a couple of seconds and then we're going to
Oh,
end
I
it
got a
here.
question for them, and then they can answer it when they tune in the next time we link up.
Okay.
Which one is y'all favorite collab of ours? Of the songs that my man's just mentioned? Is it Love This Season or is it Boss Moves? And y'all can leave y'all can DM us or y'all can leave it in the comments the next time y'all get up. Those two songs are also in the link in my bio as well. Love This Season, jingle produced by Kevin Ellip, and Boss Moves, also produced by Kevin Ellip. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got some homework to do. Y'all
Feel me?
got some homework.
Yes.
All right. Say y'all really doing it. Appreciate that, Dev. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes, man. Bless you.
All right,
Straight up.
man. Well, once again, I certainly appreciate it, and this won't be the last time. And obviously, it'll be a little bit better. Um,
Yes.
this whole time, nobody knew that I'm dealing with an echo in my ear, which is super annoying. But I'm just pushing through it as a professional. Um,
Marine,
so,
man.
um, till next time, sir. Till next time, you have a great night, and I'm going to end the stream here. And
You too, bro. Peace out. Love.
all
Bless
right,
y'all. Thank you again, man.
all right, y'all. Lifestyle governed by art.